The Dragon Temple exploded with terrifying force. Massive golden chains snapped one after another. The gigantic black crystals shattered beneath. A storm of crimson lightning. A colossal shadow began rising from the darkness. The ground trembled. Even the mighty sky dragon stepped backward. The light compass suddenly burned with brilliant golden light, then shook violently in Kael's hands. Something unimaginably ancient had awakened. Dark cracks spread across the floating kingdoms. Black smoke poured from every opening. Then they came. Thousands of shadow creatures climbed from the darkness like an endless tide across the skies. Dragons answered the call. Hundreds launched into the air. The peaceful Dragon Kingdom became a battlefield. Kael tightened his grip on the light compass. This was no longer a journey. This was war. Golden light burst from the light compass. Radiant wings unfolded behind Kael. Without hesitation, he launched into the sky. The clouds exploded around him as he flew faster than ever before. Golden streams of magic illuminated the heavens. The dragons flew beside him. Hope returned for only a moment. Far below, more shadows continued rising. Kael unleashed the light compass. Brilliant golden waves swept across the sky. The nearest shadow creatures dissolved into black smoke. For one heartbeat, silence. Then, the smoke twisted. The darkness gathered once more. Every creature slowly rebuilt itself before Kael's eyes. The light compass suddenly flashed crimson, a warning. These enemies could not be defeated. Kael froze in disbelief as the endless army continued to grow. Kael reached out with every ounce of strength he had, but he was too late. A spear of living darkness tore through the sky dragon's wounded wing, spreading corruption across its crystal scales. The mighty guardian cried out in pain, yet even as it fell, it turned its body between Kael and the darkness. It chose to protect him. One final time.
Do not look back. The light must survive, even if I do not.
No. Please, hold on. You can't leave us.
With the last strength of the light compass, Kael charged into the storm. Golden light burst across the sky, colliding with the Shadow Lord's endless darkness. The heavens trembled as hope and despair fought for the fate of every floating kingdom.
Your light is fading. Soon, nothing will remain.
Then, the impossible happened. A devastating wave of crimson shadow magic struck the ancient light compass. Golden runes shattered into countless fragments. The light that had protected the kingdoms for centuries began to fade.
The age of light ends now.
Without the compass, the radiant light wings shattered into glowing feathers. Kael began falling through the collapsing skies. Around him, the floating kingdoms crumbled into endless clouds. Far below, Lyra reached toward him, but the distance between them grew with every heartbeat.
Kael, please, don't disappear.
Fall like everything else.
But even as darkness claimed the sky, one guardian refused to surrender. The wounded sky dragon dived beneath the falling hero. Using the last of his strength, he caught Kael before he disappeared into the endless clouds.
The light must survive, even if I cannot.
As the Dragon Kingdom burned beneath the storm, the Shadow Lord rose above the shattered skies. His dark power spread across the heavens, and every heartbeat made the shadows stronger. Across the floating islands, hope began to fade. While darkness swallowed the kingdom, Lyra gathered the last survivors beneath an ancient shield of light. Dragons circled above the barrier, refusing to abandon those they had sworn to protect. But the shield grew weaker with every passing moment. Far from the battlefield, Kael knelt beside the wounded sky dragon. The great guardian had carried him through impossible battles, yet now its strength was fading. The light compass glowed faintly, as if mourning alongside them. Above the burning kingdoms, the Shadow Lord claimed the broken realms as his own. Crimson storms answered his command. Countless shadow dragons filled the sky. The age of light was coming to an end. Kael looked toward the endless storm and saw the true form of the darkness waiting beyond the clouds. Beside him, Lyra stood silently with the wounded sky dragon. The light compass still carried a single spark, perhaps enough to save their world, or enough to begin the final battle.